Hey, I'm sad about the world and just, doing my best to be a person right now. And it's hard. It's really hard. I I wish it wasn't. I wish it was easy. I wish it made sense being a person right now in this time, but it doesn't. So I thought I'd come on here and talk about that in hopes that maybe in some way I'd help someone or make them feel just a little bit less alone and a little bit more understood. And I want to start off with a poem. A poem. Hold on. A poem that I wrote. It's like weird to hold the mic with this thingy. I'm probably going to hold it because I don't know how to do sound. So forgive me for that. Okay, I wrote this poem in 2021. It's called Black Cats. Black cats have a place they like to go at night. Love, sleep, and demented moon dreams. Moonshine. I can take you there, meet you around the corner at the postage stamp store, and sew the cosmos into my plaid shirt. Wear it as a tuxedo or a dress. We can dance there silently, our path radiating a hole that creates a freeway that we travel to. And you didn't even notice. You didn't even notice that we landed there with rivers and brooks smiling and oceans and all that there is. The hope I have, for it is great, monumental even, like the scrapers that battle the night sky until all hope falls, all oblivion seeps the cracks of what they want to say, have to say, until tired newspapers form around it, and we are clawing at the words. But I can take you to the oblivion of dreams, where the black cats go at nighttime. Beyond the mist-filled, cat-wooden dreams, beyond the need to claw for words. She is shining, she's gleaming, she is the universe. How sad that they choose not to see her, that they claw at her glimmer instead. For there is so much to see. There is so much to see in the woods at night, where all the black cats go. And of course, my fridge has to start doing her little dance as I write my poem or read my poem. But that's just how I feel. Like, there's so much hate in the world, and I feel like people are so scared to go where they don't know, to go where they don't understand, to go where the black cats go at night. People are just so scared of that. It's like, why? I had a conversation with a friend of mine today. Now, this friend of mine is black. And they said that they're leaving my town because of all the racism here. And I feel it. I feel that. I feel that. And there was this other person in the conversation who was talking with us who got really mad. And I don't remember like what question I asked them. I think I asked like a clarifying question about like what, like more about what goes on. Cause there's the KKK up here where I live. It's pretty fucked up. And apparently there's black people who get killed here for being black. So I feel horrible about that. And I need to do a lot more to make sure that people are okay. And I could feel how the anger, the justified anger, the evil of racism, the evil of stupid, ignorant white people and their redneck lives, the ignorant evil of that is like a cancer that goes against human nature. And I could feel how that cancer, to fight the cancer, to feel the cancer, to just feel that from my friend and this person, the people I was talking to fully feel that. It was so heavy. It was so heavy to feel. And this person who was really upset about it is like a queer activist. And I don't know, I think they might be Native American. I'm not really sure. And they like, it was weird because they gave me this energy as though I was like being offensive or that I was doing something wrong for being like neutral about it. Cause like they were like kind of talking at me and they were like, people are getting killed. This is happening. And they were like really upset, like rightfully so. And I didn't really like budge. Like I didn't move out of my own peace to like meet them in their anger. And I was thinking about it on the way home and I was like, I know why I don't do that. It's because we can't let it get to us. We can't let it get to us. We are so much bigger than that. We are so much bigger than racism. We are so much bigger than homophobia. We are so much bigger than those evils. We are so much bigger than that. We cannot let it get to us. And I think that's why I don't let it get to me, is because I know that I'm so much bigger than that. But it really hurts to know that the town I'm living in failed my friend. I mean, that's our fault, you know. That's part of my fault. I'm not, I mean, it's it's not my fault that racism exists. But I do feel like it's my part as a white person in a racist town to be irrevocably anti-racist as much as I possibly can, right? I think I want to do better. I want to do better in that respect. I need to do better in that respect because I love my community and I love the Black community and I need to love everyone, you know? And I just can't believe that. I mean, I can believe, but I hate that in 2026 we still have to have these ridiculous identity politics. I mean, and on the way home I was thinking too about just our country right now and consciousness itself and how people are polarized and angry about so many things, and it just seems like there's always an opportunity to be upset and to hate someone. And I mean, you could get lost in that sauce forever if you really wanted to. And people spend so much of their lives doing that, and there's so many different ways that people can get stuck in their egos about things, and it's just sad. It's just sad because we don't know what we don't know, and sometimes we don't know what we need to know. And how are we ever supposed to learn what we don't know if we don't allow ourselves to get uncomfortable and to go into the beyond? Do you ever feel like your life is just too small, that there's just more for you to learn? If you feel that way, God bless you. Hold on to that feeling and look for something interesting for you to step into, because that will give you grace and that will save you in a time where the room is getting a lot smaller and things are closing in and there's pressure to fit into a box or to conform or to in some way validate or appease the whole. And by the whole, I don't actually mean wholeness. I mean the void that seeks to disempower you from within. Our government isn't just something that is outside of us controlling us. It is something that we have appointed our power to in our minds, that we have appointed our power to elect something like that with our consciousness from our own subconscious, our own collective subconscious that is essentially like battling itself. I mean, there's a reason why people like Trump, because a lot of people in our country are fucking sick. They're fucking sick with this weird brain worm that makes them think that they're right and other people are wrong. And that's a collective psychosis. That's a collective illness. And like, if you disagree with me, then that's your prerogative, but I really don't care, because I know what I see and I know what is going on and I know who you are and I know who you're not. And I know that no person in their right minds, according to what they believe, according to what they believe themselves to be as human, they would never, like, we all have this idea of who we are. You know, we all have this idea of like what it means to be human, what it means to be a good person. And every single one of us thinks that we're a good person. I bet you that you think you're a good person. I bet you do. I know that you wouldn't stand for hatred. You wouldn't stand for war. You wouldn't stand for killing. But you tell yourself that you're a good person. And so if war needs to happen in the name of being a good person, you allow your good person badge to validate that. And that's a wonderful way to be a bad person, to be a fucking asshole. And I think that's what a lot of Trump supporters think. You know, they think that they're attached to this moral allegiance of, oh, I'm a good person because I believe the right thing. Well, what is the right thing if it doesn't feel right to your soul? It's a collective brainwash. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to be that harsh. I'm sorry that this is a thing. I'm sorry that there are children who I love living in this country right now. I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry that I have friends who are going to give birth. I'm so sorry that there are babies who are going to have to grow up and deal with the damage that adults around me are doing. I'm disappointed that the people in this country who have the most money are pedophiles. I'm disappointed that the people who have the most money in this country are destroying the environment and are really obsessed with like robots. That's just like so weird. Like, can we get some people with money who like actually want to heal Mother Earth? Can we do that? I don't know. That'd be great, you know? It's sad that people are so full of shit. It's sad that even, you know, friends in my life like can't talk to me for whatever reason. It's sad that there's shit going on in my family. It's just really sad that there's so much bullshit everywhere. It's so exhausting. It's so sad. It's so disappointing. And I can't let it get to me. I can't because I have more to do. and you have more to do. We have so much more to do than this fucking bullshit. And we have to figure out a way to do it. Because I think that's what matters more than the evil of racism and the evil of sexism and all these isms. And it's just, society being stupid. But I don't know how to make peace with it when I feel all that heaviness and I feel all that anger and I feel that need to speak out and to talk. And I guess that's what I'm doing right now. And I hope it does something. I don't really know. I just wish that people understood that, like, being good isn't actually being good, like trying to stand up for morals that aren't actually embodied in you doesn't make you a moral person. It just makes you a hypocrite. And trying to prove yourself to anyone doesn't actually do anything. It just makes you kind of like a kiss ass. And like, if your beliefs, if your morals, if what you think is right and wrong leads to things like genocide and murder, and you believe that you're right, just because you believe that you're right and your beliefs lead you to that place, it doesn't actually mean you're right. I know I'm not really talking to the right audience here. I'm pretty sure all of y'all aren't Trump supporters, but I don't know. I look around at the people around me in my life and I think, who around me is a Trump supporter? Because, obviously there are people like that out there, It's so weird because I don't understand like how people think that they get to determine who has human rights. I'm learning about Native American people. Like I'm taking a Native American studies class right now. And it's just so sad. Like, how did you know that like Native American women were forced to, like, there were a lot of forced sterilizations that people would do in the 70s to Native American women? I didn't know that until recently. Isn't that horrible that like there are people who think that they have the right to determine if you're even allowed to live or even allowed to like procreate? Like I can't really wrap my head around that, and it makes me feel weird because it's like I believe every single person belongs here and has a right to exist. Why do other people not believe that? Am I so different that other people don't believe that? Am I just like an outlier in this society that is so unfeeling and that is so closed off? Am I really that unique? I hope not. I hope that I'm not so unique that other people don't understand what it's like to have compassion, to have empathy, to care about other people, to see the beauty in them, to know that they all have a place here. And oh my God, I hate how our society functions and how capitalism just forces people to work so hard. It's just, obviously the system doesn't work. Obviously it doesn't work. I'm so grateful for it to die. It's just really hard that during the death process of our world and our country that we have to see so much of this crap as it goes away, and that, lives are lost, and that there's a continuation of disrespect and abuse of power. I stand tall and alone in my great devotion to the divine mystery, and I watch society crumble. But sometimes when I go outside my house and I engage with people who are more grounded in the modern world than I am, I feel how vulnerable it is to be a minority right now in this world. I'm not saying that either to separate myself, because I am also a minority too. It's just hard to know how pressing it really feels at times. I hope that all makes sense. I'm going to see if I have anything else to read before I go. Womp, 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 womp. Do, do, do. Doing, doing, doing. I'm going to end with this. We can only convince ourselves of our own tidal waves long enough to keep them away from us. We can only convince ourselves of our own tidal waves long enough to keep them away from us. You can only convince yourself of the danger of facing yourself long enough until it gets you, till you have to face it. We all play a part in this society. We all play a part. And as long as you keep running and in your own way telling yourself everything is fine, without bowing down to the great, beautiful, diverse, collective human heart and saying, I see you. You only have so much more to run before it hits you in the face like a train wreck and you realize what you've done. You realize how you've turned your back on humanity because you turned your back on yourself. Because you are connected to everything, whether you like it or not. You can only convince yourself of your own tidal wave long enough to keep it away from you. But eventually it'll catch up.